Good afternoon, I'm Jodie Gill and this is your midday news fix for Thursday the 22nd of February. The Prime Minister says the Ombudsman raises genuine and serious concerns in his calls to overhaul Oranga Tamariki. Chief Ombudsman Peter Boscher says there are unacceptable inconsistencies across sites in the handling of reports of concern. Chris Luxon says there's been a series of reports over numerous years now saying Oranga Tamariki is underperforming.
It is something of deep concern to us because, those children are our most vulnerable in this country and we have a huge obligation to do everything we can to look after them properly.
Data is showing child poverty has worsened with more than 143,000 children living in material hardship. Stats NZ figures for the year to June 2023 show that's a 2% increase on the year before, or about 20,000 more children. Here's political reporter Demelza Jackson.
The rate of material hardship is now about the same as 2018 when the Labour-led government first brought in child poverty reduction targets. Material hardship is counted as having to go without basic needs such as fresh fruit and vegetables, heating or doctor's visits. Pacific children are suffering the most, with 1 in 4 experiencing hardship compared to the overall rate of 1 in 8.
Our largest airline and airport are warning tougher times lie ahead. In New Zealand's first half passenger revenue is up 21%, driven by a major lift in international flight offerings. But its first half earnings are down 38% on the post-COVID surge as air travel levels out and the airline deals with airline issues like the costly Pratt & Whitney engine issues. Auckland Airport's first half underlying earnings are 24 times higher than last year due to the easing of COVID restrictions around the world. But the airport says the second half is likely to be affected by softening demand, particularly for domestic travel. Ginny Anderson appears to have avoided a formal reprimand for her comments about Police Minister Mark Mitchell on yesterday's Mike Hosking breakfast. Political editor Jason Walls has more.
The senior Labour MP accused Mitchell of being paid to kill people while he was a military contractor in East Africa and the Middle East in the early 2000s. Mitchell says he hasn't killed anyone but was involved in a siege with casualties on both sides. Anderson says her comments crossed the line and she's spoken to Mitchell via text, but he says she needs to apologise in person. Meanwhile, Labour leader Chris Hipkins says Anderson went too far, but he's not taking any further action.
Auckland train commuters are advised to expect delays of up to 30 minutes. Auckland Transport has reopened most lines after stoppages for a Kiwi rail track infrastructure issue. The Onehunga line is still disrupted and bus services are accepting train tickets. In sport, leaders Liverpool have completed a come-from-behind 4-1 victory over Luton Town to restore their 4-point buffer at the top of football's Premier League. The sight of two Chiefs forwards exchanging blows at training hasn't gone unnoticed in Crusaders country, heading into tomorrow night's Super Rugby opener in Hamilton. Tiger Woods' 15-year-old son Charlie is looking to earn a spot in his hometown PGA Tour event when he features in qualification for the Classic in Florida next week. I'm Jodie Gill and that's your latest news fix. We'll be back with the next update at 5 p.m. from the Newstalk ZB newsroom.